Alan here, coming to you today with a review, talk a little bit about Kurt Vonnogut's Bluebeard. This was a buddy read, a group read with two others, Barb from the Font and Stephanie Cohen, and reread for Miss Stephanie. But new read for me. I learned a lot from this book. I learned a lot from fiction. I bet you guys do too. And this time, Vonnegut tackles American abstract expressionistic painting, abstract expressionism, like Jackson Pollock, Mark Rothko, other names that escape me. The guy who did like the Partridge Family things. And there's some others in here fictional. But Jackson Pollock and Mark Rothko are treated fictionally in here too. In fact, the main character, Rabo Karabakian, Rabo Karabakian, he's Armenian. And there's a war in here, of course. It's a Vonnegut novel. It's anti-war. The wars in here are the Armenian wars, and his parents were involved in them and that. And also, "So it goes." "So it goes" was a phrase from Billy Pilgrim and from Slaughterhouse 5. Like every time someone would die, he'd say, "So it goes." Vonnegut must have said it 100 times in Slaughterhouse 5, huh? Well, in Bluebeard, it's "So be it. So be it." It comes out of Rabo Karabakian's mouth. He's a one-eyed veteran, war veteran, but he's an abstract expressionist painter and collector. And he there's so many twists and turns in here, but through his life, in a lot of happenstance, and being married, and he's made a lot of money by being an art collector and a painter as well. But there's a period in his life where he hasn't painted. Early on steps the character Circe Berman, the widow, Circe Berman, who sweeps in his life and into his life and changes it. There's another character in here, Paul Schlesinger. He was a writer who ends up staying and living at Karabakian's home along with Circe Berman. So many wonderful scenes in here. I don't have time to read all of them, of course. Goes into the past where Karabakian was an apprentice to the famous painter Dan Gregory, known for his Gregorian illustrations, meaning he had a big following. But Rabo finds himself being an apprentice to this guy. Oh shit, man. So like Mark Rothko and Karabakian and Jackson Pollock were known as the Three Musketeers for drinking, and he talks about some of the suicides, like Gorky hanged himself in 1948. Jackson Pollock, while drunk, drove his car into a tree along the deserted road in 1956. Trivia question: how many of the Three Musketeers are alive today? Answer: me. Yes, and Mark Rothko, with enough sleeping pills in his medicine cabinet to kill an elephant, slashed himself to death with a knife in 1970. There's a lot of backstory about Karabakian's master, and then his master's story about when his master was an apprentice, and through the span of this book, there's a character, Marilee. This is a funny thing about A Doll's House. And Kurt Vonnogut ends up sleeping with her once, almost a second time. This was precisely Marilee's situation too, of course. There was nothing waiting for her outside the door of Gregory's very comfortable dwelling except hunger and humiliation, no matter how meanly he might treat her. We're talking about Ibsen's A Doll's House. For a few days later, she told me that she had solved the problem. The ending is a fake, she said, delighted with herself. Ibsen just tacked it on so the audience could go home happy. He didn't have the nerve to tell what really happened, what the whole rest of the play says has to happen. What has to happen, I said. She has to commit suicide, said Marilee. And I mean right away in front of a streetcar or something, before the curtain comes down. That's the play. Nobody's ever seen it, but that's the play. It ends with, it's called Bluebeard because, like, the fable of Bluebeard is what he had a room that he told his wife, you know, in all his mansion, she could go anywhere she wanted except for this one room. So, of course, she went into that room. There she found his 8 dead wives arranged. So, in Bluebeard, there's a potato barn because Kurt Vonnogut's rich. His wife left him, well, like interest in the Cincinnati Bengals, for example, things like that. And plus his art collection. He's got this potato barn that is all locked up. He doesn't let anybody in it. And this, everybody's wondering what's in the potato barn. And it becomes like a little like red herring. At the end, we find out what becomes of the potato barn. So, I'm not going to spoil it, of course. I really recommend it. Did I like it better than Night Mother? It's a totally different book. Totally different book. Night Mother was very much more dramatic, while this is very much more humorous. And you know what I'm going to read next? In fact, I'm already reading it. What do you do when you finish a Kurt Vonnegut novel? You begin the next one. And my next one is going to be Cat's Cradle. I'm just hanging out here in Portland Square, Pioneer Square, at Starbucks, the first Starbucks in Portland. See all these dots? That's just like 6 feet apart. Not too many people out today. There's some food trucks. I love that fried egg cart. But, yeah, a little amphitheater stairs, or you can take like the ramp. So, I remember reading this book vaguely about the religion, the Buchanans, and the Karas, people in your Karas, and I'm just starting, and so it's vaguely coming back to me. I'm enjoying a strawberry Frappuccino. I've never had a strawberry one before. It's very tasty. Yeah, they're doing construction, or I'd be sitting up there. They have a fountain that goes down. But yeah, nice day in the hood. So I'm just gonna walk back home. Started reading some more Kurt Vonnegut. Take care, everyone.